Hey, Jeff from Become More Compelling here. And today we're going to talk about, does being better looking mean having better people skills? So this is an interesting topic, and I saw something on Reddit and I figured I would bring it up in today's episode because it's definitely worth talking about. So what this person says is, I've seriously upped my style and I've been working out. And now it seems people are a lot more open to talking with me. So here are my thoughts on this. It's important to stack the deck in your favor. So it may not be very popular to say, but yes, if you're better looking, then you are going to have more social success. Now, this isn't an absolute, because you can be a male model like Zoolander, and if you have terrible people skills, no amount of looks are going to make up for that. So when I say looks, let's think about it in terms of what we can control, because we're all dealt a hand. Some of us end up looking like Brad Pitt. Some of us end up not looking like Brad Pitt. And most of us are in the not category. But what we can control outside of our physical looks is we can control like our fitness level. We can control the clothes that we wear to a certain extent. We can control our hairstyle. We can control our grooming. So there's a lot that we can control. When it comes to people skills and charisma, like, yeah, we've got those social skills and people skills, like telling stories, making good first impressions, being approachable, telling, jokes that make people laugh and what have you. Like, yeah, those are all great skills to have. And it's great to back up those skills with taking care of what you can take care of when it comes to presenting yourself. So my philosophy is simply give yourself every advantage that you can possibly give yourself. Why wouldn't you do that? Because you're going to have better outcomes. So a few things that you can do to stack the deck in your favor: you can get in shape. Now, for some of you, this may take a week. For some of you, it may take months or years. And wherever your starting point is, that's fine. But controlling what kind of fitness you're in, that definitely matters. And we'll talk about this in a second, but there's an outside in effect that my friend Peter from The Essential Man talks about, where if you look good, you'll feel good. And I think that there's a lot of truth to that. So we can also dress better. If you're, still dressing like you're in high school, for example, and you're going on a job interview at a job that's, a little higher up, like, it's not gonna be good. So you want to control what you can control from a style perspective, and a couple of good resources on that. I've already mentioned Peter from The Essential Man. He's got a lot of great tips on theessentialman.com. And there's also Hildy Fossen from Get Style Confidence for Women, and that's getstyleconfidence.com. And I definitely endorse both of them because they have a lot of good thoughts to say on it. Another kind of lever that we can pull is groom yourself. So, make sure, I've got quarantine hair right now. I haven't had a haircut in like a month and a half because I didn't do it before everyone went into lockdown, but I can't wait to get back to my barber. So grooming yourself, super important. That's another thing that we can control. So let's talk about the outside in effect. Peter from The Essential Man talks about this, and it's really interesting. So think about that feeling after you get that new haircut. A lot of us, when we exit quarantine, we're going to all flock to our barbers and get a haircut. Imagine how that's going to feel. It's going to feel like, wow, okay, I look really sharp. So when you take care of something on the outside, you can feel better on the inside. Along the same lines of that outside in effect, it's important to realize all this stuff it's basically opening a window. So looking your best opens a window, and people are going to be slightly more receptive to you. One of the most fascinating things, this really got me into being curious about how people communicate with each other. As a kid, I saw it was a show on, I think it was like the Learning Channel, where they did an experiment where they had a guy and he was dressed, kind of like jeans and a kind of a dirty t-shirt, and he was kind of writhing around on the ground. And people just walked right by him. And then they had that same guy put on a suit, and then do the exact same thing, kind of writhing around on the ground. And within 1 or 2 seconds, like he had a swarm of people around him saying like, "Hey, is there anyone I can call for you? Are you on any medication?" Like people were really taking care of him, and it was just because of the clothes he was wearing. So yes, it may not be fun to realize that, okay, I need to take some responsibility for like the clothes I wear and fitness level and grooming and all that stuff. But you got to own it, because people are going to respond to you slightly differently, and that's important to realize and important to internalize. So Peter also talks about ROI levels. So return on investment. You've got short-term ROI, medium-term, and long-term. It's important when you're starting out, get some short-term ROIs. See some progress quickly. That's a quick win. It's something that I talk about with my private coaching clients. So an example of a quick win might be picking out some like one good outfit to wear. That might be an example of a short-term ROI. Getting a haircut certainly fall into that category. And as you do that, you'll get that quick win. You'll feel good about what you're doing, and you'll want to seek out longer-term wins. It's only natural. It's just like going to the gym. When I started working out seriously, since then I've gained about 19 pounds, because I've always been slender my whole life, and I was like, you know what, I want to gain some real weight. So I've gained 19 pounds, and on Fridays I fill up 2 big jugs of or 2 big buckets of water, because we're in quarantine, and I'm just walking up and down doing farmer carries in my carport like a crazy person. So I'm doing what I can even though we're in quarantine. But seeing that rapid momentum and getting those wins of like you step on the scale, for me, I saw an increase, and I was like, okay, this feels good. It feels good to win. And the more you win, the more you want to keep winning. So your action step is control what you can control, stack the deck in your favor, look at clothes, look at your fitness level. There are a lot of great home workouts you can do right now, especially. Look into grooming. So what are some quick wins that can augment and support improving your social skills? Like there's plenty that you can do to stack the deck in your favor and get more favorable responses from people without even opening your mouth. And that's what being put together from a like an outward appearance level does for you. So that is our topic for today. If you want me to answer a question for you, or you'd like to see me cover a specific topic, you can send me an email at jeff@becomemorecompelling.com, or hit me up on Instagram and or Twitter at @thejeffcallahan. And that's it for today.